Whoops. Okay. Alright. Now we actually have mic on. Alright. So, round 701, Chimps. Okay, that seems pretty sus. But yes, I am using external tools to perform this run. Hence, this is, by definition, a task. And I show a lot more of my run on Twitch, so if you haven't followed me over there yet, go ahead and do so. Twitch.com/JessePatch. So I figured I might as well just get a stream out on YouTube because, I mean, I have a much larger audience here, much more established than I am on Twitch, and God forbid Dailymotion. Alright. Let's be completely honest about that front. Hello, Arthur Morganlarp, welcome. Spider Lars Reborn, welcome to the stream, you all. Glad to have you two here today. As Update 56 patch notes drop, and yes, I'm aware that the free play is going to get changed, which is why I'm going full speed ahead with this so-called Cursed Chimps run. Which, this is a very cursed setup. Absolutely no way this would survive to round 700 normally. I'm not even too sure, like, I'm trying to think back to, like, the really old versions of BTD6. Like, like, if people really were determined enough to go late game into... God damn it. Breath sounds my phone. Okay. Not to get too distracted here, but anyways... This... I wonder if a run like this would have been possible in, like, the really early versions of Chimps, back when you had, like, Unstable Concoction doing percentage damage, for instance. And also ramping was not nearly as intense as it is now. Like, I remember seeing a video from Impossible is Nothing, if I recall correctly, where they went to round 263 Chimps. I don't know if, like, I'm not too sure what the, like, theoretical maximum was back then, because the round generator was also significantly different back then. You didn't have as many bads. You would get, like, your first bad in free play at round 125, if I remember correctly, and then every 25 rounds up into round 600 you get one extra bad. Like, just to give you an idea of how slow the Bloom Group editions were back in the day, it was nothing compared to this. And again, health ramped up slower, and also had a cap. Same thing with speed. Used to have only a 3 times speed cap, and health was limited to 1 billion, at least for bads. I don't remember the details beyond that, but yeah, definitely a treat to behold. I don't know if I could say this is kind of a throwback to that, but it kind of is and kind of isn't at the same time, because I'm manipulating RNG in a sense, just changing the seed every round to get as few bads as possible. Well, it's a bit more complicated than just minimizing bads, because the bad spacing might not be ideal if I try to just go for the minimum amount. So I will post, like, I'll put an extra text box in if I play a round that doesn't have the minimum number. I've done an extensive seed search already, and I've identified the limit to be at about round 825 to 850. So yeah, and I've got until Tuesday to get this run done. So quite a bit to ask for, but I'm hoping this stream will deliver. And hoping to keep up with chat here in the process. This is going to be a rather boring stream, not going to lie. I've already done a bunch of streams already. Like I said earlier, I don't remember if that part made it onto the stream. I might still have my mic muted, but I have several more videos that I did on Twitch, streaming the whole journey to round where I'm at right now, round 700. And I figured, again, since I have a much larger audience on YouTube here, I might as well share just my experiences streaming on Twitch as well as YouTube, and also a little Daily Motion stuff too. Not streaming on there, just video uploads. To my knowledge, I don't think there's any streaming stuff on Daily Motion. It's too small of a video sharing platform for that. Alright, I'm sure over 90% of my viewers probably don't even know what Dailymotion is, but, you know, it's an old video streaming service. I remember hearing about it from... Oh boy. I don't feel like going too far off context here, but this is going like way back to like when I was a I was a kid. I was in my early teenage years, and one of the things I watched on YouTube quite a bit was Super Mario World ROM hacks, specifically from SMC's Level Engine, and that's actually how I found out about Dailymotion to begin with. This was over 10 years ago, and now I'm finally using it. It's still just as small as I'd imagine it was back then. But nonetheless, I've had some experience with making or uploading videos to Dailymotion. So the reason why I've even started to consider this avenue is because about a year ago, almost a year ago now, I think it's only just a few days until that 1 year mark, when YouTube decided to use AI to predict everybody's age. And of course, me being someone who plays Bloons on a regular basis, of course this would be associated with kids games. So it's like, you know, what are the opportunities of getting flagged as like a minor, right? What like that could be a possibility. So I started watching Call of Duty Zombies just to, you know, put some more adult like games in there, blood, gore, that kind of deal, guns, just to try to avoid the but I wanted to avoid getting flagged as a minor. I'm well over that age by now. I already shared what my age is on my last video. I don't see any need to rehash it here. But I've had my channel since I was 14, so that gives you an idea of just how far I've come since then. Yeah. It's quite an old channel. And I did look back at that video that I uploaded where I was talking about this, and I thought there was a bit more to it. Like, I might have talked about, like, I thought I talked about the copyright system on YouTube, because I know the copyright system on YouTube is just overall kind of crappy. Not gonna lie about that. Like, as far as being abused, I hear all the stories about it. I recently heard about Syndicate actually getting demonetized. His outro got copyright claimed, so now 3,000 videos, I think it was, got demonetized because of that. And honestly, like, knowing a bit about that guy's background, like, I think it's just poetic justice that he finally got the boot. I'm sorry, but he deserved it. After running that CSGO lotto scam, he deserved to get demonetized. That is definitely not ethical. Okay. I would not condone such behaviors. I'll turn up the volume too. Yeah, unlike what I usually do for my streams, I actually have a bunch of... Oops, I think I've seen there. Hopefully I didn't mess this up. No, okay, good. Okay. I gotta focus here. So I'm continuously juggling back and forth between my game and the stream tab. Yeah, I do expect a lot of this stream to drag out, and I'm not really going to be talking a lot, so I decided to put the vocals on for a change. Just because I don't like it being distracting for the commentary. Or oh shit. Wait. Am I supposed to... I think I messed this up. Yeah, I did. Wait. I forgot to use the Ice Gone ability here. But yeah, I have to juggle between the game, my notes that I have for this run, and then the stream tab. Low-key a mess, but I'll get through it. I'll turn down the stream volume a bit so I can regain control of the mic, why not? But as I was saying, I don't want the vocals to be too much of a distraction, which is why whenever I do my streams or any commentary, I normally don't have music like that in the background. Oh, and here's the funny thing with okay, so now I get to like the streaming experiences that I've had with Twitch. So okay, maybe I jumped the gun a bit on that one, but I'll get there really soon. So a couple of years ago on YouTube, I could not use NCS music, or at least I could not use very many tracks. because most of the NCS tracks were copyright claimed. So Newgrounds has been my main source of music for most of my time on YouTube. And that has been changing recently, but for the most part, I still use quite a bit of it. Okay. So yeah, once I finish commentating this stream, I'll turn the volume back up on the songs and just let it run AFK for a bit. Because these rounds are going to drag out for a bit. I'm already at 18 minutes on the stream. So just to give you an idea of how, I mean, if you've been around this whole time, then you can understand how long this is going to take. I got to make sure to use the ability right about now. Don't forget that. Ah, oh well. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, most of the NCS tracks were copyright claimed at the time. Out of the 70 odd NCS tracks I have, legit, I could only use 3 of them and have them be safe from the copyright detector. Now, thankfully, that's how many get copyright claimed on YouTube. Is only 3 of the 70 odd tracks, so now I'm much better off, thankfully. However, I cannot say the same with Twitch. When I was running a bunch of NCS tracks on there, I noticed most of those got copyright claimed. That was a tad disappointing, especially when you hear about no copyright sounds. You would think, okay, you're completely safe, right? Well, apparently not. And of course, on YouTube, this is a fairly big problem because of third parties wanting to take advantage of the system and claim bits and pieces of the track so they can get their cut. It's really annoying. But when I check the claims, like, they were all at least the ones that are left, they are actually the artists that made the songs, so there's that at least. But what I do sometimes catch when it comes to my Newgrounds tracks that I have is I notice that the artist that claimed the track was not the same one that produced it. And that's pretty annoying. And all of those tracks run fine on Twitch. So that's good. Excuse me again. Another place where I was recently starting to get my tracks from for streaming was Lo-Fi Girl. So that one, I mean, I started hearing about Lo-Fi Girl when I was going back to school. Fun stuff. Used some of it in my streams for a bit. I don't have any in this playlist. It's just NCS tracks, mainly ones that I cannot use on Twitch, but I can use on YouTube. But yeah, on Twitch, most of these ones get flagged. Most of them get flagged on Twitch, which is kind of annoying, but I do have backups. I don't have to rely on Lo-Fi Girl, which unfortunately has also gotten the short end of the stick recently. I used to use a bunch of Lo-Fi Girl music in my BTD6 Apocalypse streams that I've done, but lately I've been noticing a bunch of my past video uploads suddenly getting copyright claims on them, so that is suggesting to me that I really should not be using Lo-Fi Girl anymore, because at this point it's just bound to hit every single Lo-Fi Girl track, basically. Now, at least in this case, it is actually the artist that originally produced the track. It's not like a third party claiming it, so this one at least gets a pass from me. But yeah, the NCS one's getting copyright claimed is wild. And on Dailymotion, this is where things get really bizarre. Now that I've been uploading videos onto Dailymotion, I can start talking a bit about this one too. And let me just say, it is rather strange, for sure. Let me change the seed one more time. Oh, I haven't changed the number of bats. Whoops. This is what happens when I get carried away and just talk aimlessly. Oops. I'm jumping ahead here. Okay. Oops. Hit my mic there. Hello, welcome to the stream. Enjoy your stay. Now, where was I exactly? Oh, yeah. So, Dailymotion, I've been uploading videos to Dailymotion lately. I've been starting to work on Apocalypse strategy guides of my own. And Dailymotion is rather vague with its whole copyright stuff. Not that it lacks in any sense. Unfortunately, that's not exactly the case, as I did upload music on there with NCS and Lo-Fi Girl music alike, only for them to later get deleted. Now, the thing is, you don't know anything about it until, like, unless you check your email. Like, that's how I eventually found out that the video was taken down, because it was flagged for copyright. Like, sometimes when I upload the video, it would just randomly disappear, and I thought nothing of it when I uploaded these videos, so I thought I'd try it again. Only to find out that the video got blacklisted, and I was like really confused, like, what the heck happened? And then I checked my email to find out that, oh, actually the video was taken down because it was flagged for copyright. Now, they don't have like a copyright strikes thing like they do on YouTube. Like, at least on YouTube, if you end up having like copyrighted music in your video, you at least have the opportunity to remove the music or change it. But on Dailymotion, you don't have that. It just deletes the video automatically. And if you try to re-upload that same video but with a different track, it gets blacklisted because it thinks it's related to the previous video you uploaded. So maybe there's like a time limit or something. Maybe I was just being too hasty with it. Stalling with Navark is crazy. You'd be surprised, actually. You'd be surprised how well this works. It's not as much of a stall killer as you think it is. Oh, God, I hope I didn't mess it up again. Okay, that wasn't necessary. Guess if I needed to get that hex up, then sure. Did I update this yet? Yeah. Forgot to update the bad counts, though. Okay. Oh, right, there's a bat underneath it. Forgot. Or at least that's what it looked like. No, wait, they're all one bat each, so that wasn't a group of two. Okay, never mind. Would have been completely fine not having to use the Icecon ability there. Just kind of panicked there. But yeah, Daily Motion is weird. Not gonna lie. Like, it's just you don't really the communication is not that good. Like when I first upload a video and it just randomly disappears, like, okay. I've had that happen a few times before. Okay. Yeah. So I've had that happen a few times where I would just upload the video, then I just like refresh the page, oh, and now it's gone. Oh, no way. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Had a few close calls like that already in the past, so when I see the bat down to the last damage phase like that, I get like, oh, I can actually beat it. Nope, not quite. I've had some really close calls like that earlier. But yeah, Daily Motion, unfortunately, is not any safer with the copyright claim stuff in general. Like, you can't use NCS music on there. You can't use Lo-Fi Girl music either. At least, again, like I said, Lo-Fi Girl I can understand a bit more. But no copyright sounds? Like, really? NCS can't use most NCS tracks on there? That's dumb. It's in the frickin' name, no copyright sounds. Like, why? But yeah, I guess Twitch and Dailymotion did not get the memo that YouTube did. So I can use most NCS tracks on here with no issues. Thank God. Because that was a big problem in 2024, 2025 for me. That I could not use most NCS tracks. Again, it went from being able to use only 3, actually it was only 2, out of an odd 70 tracks I had. And now I can use 68 of them. Again, I don't remember exactly how many, but it's like 70 something I remember. But anyway, there's only 3 tracks that I cannot use due to copyright claims now. A much better amount. Substantial improvement compared to Twitch and Daily Motion, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess I never explicitly stated that the copyright system was another part of why I wanted to switch off YouTube. But I know Twitch has its own weirdities with the copyright thing. I've figured out a bit of a loophole in it. So it's whatever. But at least in Twitch's case, like, that kind of stuff actually works in your favor as opposed to, say, YouTube, where YouTube's very cutthroat with it. And Daily Motion as well. again, Dailymotion gives you like no second chances. If it deletes the video and you try to re-upload it with new music, like you're cooked. You have to change the video in some way so you can re-upload it. It's really dumb in that case, but overall it's not too bad. Raffinier, yes, I do have to change seeds every round. Milky tutorial for setup. I'll post the whole video up once I'm done with this run. This is not a legitimate world record, all right? To be clear, I never claimed this to be a world record. I will never, ever say it is one, even though, like, Jisen's latest run goes to round 562, I think. Still, I'm letting him have the throne over mine, because he puts an awful lot more time into this run than I did. Like, each round is going by at, like, 10 minutes. This is still much quicker than what Jisen had to deal with for his run. Props to him. This is just an experimental run. Can you change the seed without reloading the save? Yes. That's what I'm actually... That's why I have Cheat Engine. I'm using Cheat Engine to change the seed every round. Also just occurred to me. I thought about this off right before stream. I should actually get a Subgon, because there's actually a round where it could be helpful to get it. Oh, I hope I didn't mess that up. My Hex is on cooldown. Should be good though. My gosh. Choking. Yeah, I'm good. You just Azilian Navark insta-kill everything that comes in and everything else for lesser mobs. Basically, yeah, that's the whole setup. Use Navark and Azili for straight bads. Use the Black Hole for the packs of bads. Good. Okay. So I don't use Azili and Navark for everything. I don't use Navark and Azili to kill everything. Those are just for straight bads. I should clarify my mistake. And then the Legend of the Night is for the larger packs of bads. Oh, wow. Wait a sec. I can beat this without the black hole. Not... Oh, wait, just kidding. Wait. Never mind. What the hell did I use the ability on then? Okay. Wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, I had to use it on that on that F pad. That's why I have to use the portal here. Again, I've several of those calls in the past where I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this bad, and then I find out, oh, I didn't get it, actually. I can, if I play this optimally, I could actually shave off a few black hole uses, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I even used the black hole ability on round 231 when there was no reason for me to do that. And yes, that is counted in here as well. The first round where I have to use the black hole ability is round 263, if you can believe it. There are times when round 263 is actually difficult, and I'm about to buff it. Spoiler. Or something like that. Might get away the game with that one. But again, I did look at the Update 56 preview, so I kind of know what's going on about it as far as that goes. I have had some talks with Rohan on the matter. Also a big fan of my Apocalypse data collecting that I've done recently. Cool guy. I definitely am hoping that there's like more to it than just rounds 200 to 500, because my list was actually more extensive than that. I was also looking at rounds 61 to 99, then 101 to 140 as well, and then 141 to 199 as well. All that. I was hoping for a bit further reach. You'll see more of this stuff on Ryan Mahalik. I'm using his dead name. Mahalik Pops and Mackin Rules, since I DM'd them more information about the free play changes that are coming. But yeah, in general, I think like past round 61 and 9 would change standard chimps. This is Apocalypse I'm talking about, not standard rounds anymore. Like round 61 through 99, I'm talking about Apocalypse. Same thing with rounds 101 to 140. Those are all just Apocalypse changes. In general, I find those rounds to be kind of boring in Apocalypse. Like normally in Chimps, like rounds 90 to 100 are like the climax. But I don't feel that at all in Apocalypse. It's such a weird game mode. Like the only thing that's hard with it are the tight ceramic rushes and then maybe DDTs, and that's it. Like you don't have any really grouped up. You don't have any tightly packed Moebs or BFBs even. So it's like, and even then the ZMG group that's packed at round the same ZMGs around 98, it doesn't show up that often. So like that's the thing is like rounds 90 to 99 are just anticlimactic. So I was hoping to turn a new leaf with these changes. Again, I don't want to give too much away in this video. Really, that would be up to Mahalik Pops and Mackin Rules, because I gave them the balance document for the free play stuff. So I don't want to give it away in this video, but yeah. I get it though. Rounds 200 to 500 are where all the hardcore free players hang out generally, so it makes sense that they would pick around 200 to 500. But just note there's a bit more to it than just that round range. I guess I'll get another Apocalypse stream out after Update 56 drops, and then I can explain more about what's changed with the rounds there. Again, if it even does end up getting changed in the Update 56, because it still might not. All right. So I might be getting a little giddy here with this one. But I am enjoying the hype so far, just from the several Discord servers that I've heard it in. So that at least gives me hope that, hey, You know, maybe free play isn't completely dead for once. There's still some hope. I know it's going to mess up a bunch of seed searches, unfortunately, including my work. But rounds 1 through 60 will remain untouched. I did make sure to get that. I made sure to check this one. Did I change the seed? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Got freaked out there. Okay. We're fine. Let's see. But yeah, I would hope for more rush variety in Apocalypse, because just having the same tight ceramics and DPTs it gets boring after a while. Then round 101 you get surprise tight purples, which are only a threat for so long, and the occasional bad, sure. But again, I do like a good thriller. Bruh. Okay. Not gonna lie, I do not like the song. There's 3 hours of songs in here. There we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Check the stream again. But yeah, overall, I'd say my experience with going back to the video sharing stuff. So now that I've had experience with multiple different video sharing websites, it's a good way to switch things up for sure. Not exactly as I would have hoped, but it's okay. It was meant to be a last resort anyway, just in case my YouTube account would be flagged as a minor, which hasn't happened. A year out from the AI rollout, where YouTube uses AI to verify a channel's age, a channel user's age. Your channel's age doesn't matter. Even if the channel is 20 years old, I kid you not, people have gotten their channels flagged for being a minor when their channel is 20 years old. Like, how does that make sense? I mean, I get that there may be like family-run channels or something, but still, you would think there'd be checks for that kind of stuff, but no, there's not. Honestly, not really too much more that I really like to bring up for story time. It is nice to get exposed to all these other different platforms. But yeah, I'm still gonna be spending less time in general with video type stuff just because I'm gonna be I'm in school, so it's hard for me to get the time to make videos like this one. At least it's the summertime now, but I'm still taking a summer class, so it's not like I have all the time in the world to do streams like this. But at least for the next several days, I'm pretty much going to be on speed dial just because I need to get this run done before update 56 drops, which is going to ruin this cursed chimps run since the round generator will change. And to be clear, I've had this idea in mind before I started this run, like months before. So it's not like this is just a recent development for me. I've had it in mind for months now. I don't really have anything else right now, so I'll just turn the music volume up and just mute my mic. I guess I'll jump back in real quick here. I already got the song twice. I'm pretty sure it's been twice now. Just waiting for this round to end so I can stop the recording and I'll start a new video. Don't want to risk any of the footage getting corrupted. Anyway, again, for my other video my other accounts for video sharing for Dailymotion, that's dailymotion.com/JessePatch. And Twitch would be twitch.tv/JessePatch, also in the video description. Feel free to follow me there. Might as well do a shameless self-advertise there. Let's switch the song. Oh my god, I got this one too. Okay.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Yep, that was bound to happen. And of course, since I'm using Time Machine, that's save states, which technically also falls into the definition of being tool-assisted, though. At least in this case, like, actual Chimps free play runs use it too, at least to my understanding. Like, it's a quality of life mod, so there's merit there. But of course, I'm also using cheat engines to change the seed, which normally isn't possible. So by that definition, I would say this is a tool-assisted run. In case anyone's confused as to how this is exactly a task. Just for anyone new that's popping in. Oh, bruh. Forgot to retarget Zilly. I have a Zilly on last to insta-kill the ZOMGs. At least that's the idea, is like have the Bakugan focus on the fortified ZOMGs and then the Zilly focuses on the normal ones. Of course, I'll have to switch it back to strong at the start of every round. Since by this point, the minimum number of bads on any round by this point is 4. Are you kidding? Was I too fast on that one, too? Oh wait, no, it's hitting, it's hitting. Yeah, the effect didn't show at first. Thought I goofed again. Goofed again. Yeah, if there's one thing that I can do, so I guess we'll talk a bit more about strategy while I'm here. since I haven't really talked too much about that. So, I already talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but I'll again mention it to people who are just joining the stream. So, I'm using the Legend of the Night for the larger packs of bads, and then Bakugan and Azili to catch stray bads. I'm also using Ice Gun to bunch them up at times. That's like the general strategy for like defeating all the bads. Everything else is just utility for everything below a bad, just to keep everything stalled. I don't really. The snipers aren't really needed. This is just a failsafe in case DDTs get too far, which should not be a problem at all. But I have the money, why not? I can go for a freaking Subgon in this game, as well as a Boomergon. I'll go for a Subgon first since I just reminded myself that I could still use it for a round. It's a 10% ability cooldown reduction, not too much in the grand scheme of things, but it still can be helpful at times. Okay, now I want to make sure I retarget the first on Azili. At least with Azili, I have more flexibility with which bad I can target. I can chinook her around as well if I need to hit a specific bad. With Bakugan, I'm stuck with it prioritizing 4 to 5 bads. So that doesn't have quite as much flexibility as Azili does. It's also locked to first. So if there's 2 F-bads on the screen, it's going to target the one that has traveled the furthest. So Azili has much more versatility for this run. I can manipulate her targeting to hit specific bads. I can move her around. I cannot do that with Bowgun. F-bads are prioritized. Yeah, okay. Might have activated the ability too late that time. Don't choke, don't choke, don't choke. Those bats are too far apart. Oh my god. That actually worked. I don't see the black hole activating. Perfect. I didn't even need to use the Ice Gun ability. That was just a random extra timing. Oh well, it happens. Legit almost thought I messed up the round there. Either way, we're good. Oh! Wait, so it did activate. Bruh. Wait. Okay, so I did goof it. Also, yeah, pausing is really annoying. Just because of the time machine mod lagging the game a lot when I pause the game. That isn't normally how this works. That's just a side effect of this mod because it has so many saves. Should probably purge it since I don't need those earlier saves anymore. Okay, let's not mess it up this time. Okay. Now, I am still going to need to use the black hole regardless, since there's 6 bads in this round. This setup can only deal with 4 max without the black hole. Wait for the F-bat to come out. There it is. Hello, Argentins R5C, welcome.
want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear When you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
There we go. Hello, MPGS. Welcome to the stream. Q3 1. At this point, rounds are taking 10 minutes each. So yeah. I have to stall for quite a while though, because I have to refresh. I have to refresh the cooldown on the black hole, but I can just hex and not have to worry about the cooldown not being up for the next round. But yeah, at this point the rounds are going on for like 10 minutes with all the lag. Yeah, compare that to like actual CHIMPS replay runs, which are unbearably slow. I've seen Geesen's individual round runs, and they are like low-key unbearable to watch just because of how laggy they are compared to this. I don't have a full screen of Jitsus and Caltrops with Shinobi spam as well. So, oh, good night. Sorry about that. Yeah, much quicker still. I want to get this done as fast as I can, because Update 56 is just going to ruin this whole thing. Yeah, at this point, they're taking longer than 10 minutes. But then again, that's also due to the fact that I had to restart a few rounds because I messed up my ability timings. But overall, on average, it's like 10 minutes per round. Probably slightly less if I don't account for restarts. Because, yeah, I started this on round 7. I started the stream on round 701, and I'm now at it for an hour 53. Yeah, it's gonna make all the seed searches it's gonna make the previous seed searches out of date. Which of course includes my very own bad lists. It's okay, I've got backup for that at least. Other people are interested in it. It's just the rounds 1 through 60 apocalypse stuff that I'm the only one that really cares enough to do that, but I told Rohan when I was when I was suggesting those changes, I told him what to do to not affect rounds 1 through 60 at all in a pop. I do take a lot of pride for doing that big seed search, and it would be a shame for it to all go to waste because of something like this. And Rohan has an interest in that kind of stuff too, so that's good. How do you make a TAS? Use Chi Engine, forehead. I know this isn't exactly like your typical TAS kind of playthrough, but still. To my knowledge, there hasn't been a TAS of this game done before. I know how TASs in like other games are made. I've definitely had fun watching those kind of videos. In particular, I've watched a bunch of Mario Party TASs a couple years back. That's what kind of got me onto this Apocalypse is Upon Us challenge series. Wanted to expand it off Phil Tripod's original work. Maybe I'll show off a bit of that at the end of the stream. Again, none of those challenges, at least the ones that go from rounds 1 through 60, none of those are going to get affected by this update. And I know. It's like, it seems like obviously it only covers rounds 200 through 500 on the update preview. Like, why would it affect rounds 1 through 60? Well, I'm talking about the groups. Because the way how the round generator works in this game, if groups are added, if the array changes in size, it's going to affect every single seed on every single round, regardless if that was part of the group pool or not. So when I was suggesting to Rohan the free play changes, I instructed him to, like, whatever, I instructed him on certain things to make sure that rounds 1 through 60 remain completely untouched during this whole rework. So the array length is still the same. The groups have been shuffled around a bit in the later part, but the total number of groups is the same. It's a bit of a technical explanation. I should do another video on explaining a bit more about how the generator actually works, but I think somebody else actually made a video explaining that, because someone put a Reddit post up on the BT6 subreddit explaining all the details with like free play and how it generates groups. Like even just explaining the round generator, the random number generator. I mean, do you know if it's going to affect free play income, or is that remaining mostly the same? The intent is it's mostly going to remain the same. If it goes exactly according to plan, at least from my suggestion, it is going to be slightly lower starting off from like, namely like the 160s to 260s, but afterwards it's going to be more. Again, though, this does cover a bit outside the around 200 to 500 range that was shown in the preview, so I can't say it's for sure going to be like that, but yeah, early game, the early parts of free play are going to be harder because you will have slightly less cash to work with. But I did try to keep it the same overall. Like at most, it's a few $1,000s less on average. Like $4,000, I think. I'll have to double check the spreadsheet one more time that I have, but something like a few $1,000s less, I know, at the lowest. But it does become slightly higher at once you go to like the 270s on. I'm gonna give the stream a few more rounds, and then I'm gonna call it a night for myself. Because yeah, I've been at the stream for 2 hours now. I'm getting tired. think I've showcased just about all the tricks I do to survive this late. Again, Bakugan and Azili for stray bads, Portal for more for more clustered bads, like these two. I use Azili and Bakugan for, and then these three can be used for the black hole. And if I need to use Icegon to bring bads closer, I can do that as well. let's see if I can do this one. This one's gonna be kind of annoying. I do have an alternative, at least. I think I can slip through on this one. Ah. Forgot to retarget a Zilly. I think I'm only gonna do like 1 or 2 more rounds after this. This is getting exhausting. Good. Landed the hex on the right pad this time. Alright, I guess I'll use this time at the end just to do a little, just rehashing my story time from earlier. Now that I see that there's a lot more viewers on the stream compared to when I did it earlier in the day. Earlier in the stream, anyways. So, basically about YouTube, Dailymotion, and Twitch, now that I'm using multiple different video sharing platforms. Why not? Obviously, YouTube is still my biggest one, but recently I've uploaded parts of my CHIMPS run that you're seeing right here on Twitch, more so than before. Twitch.tv/JessePatch if you want to follow me there. I've had some idea of what I was getting into when I started doing Twitch. So it's not like it was completely new to me. I even made my Twitch account back in 2021, and I would only use it occasionally to just watch someone else's stream, and that was it. Until this month, when I finally started actually streaming on it. And on here, on YouTube, I'm using a bunch of NCS tracks, right? My entire playlist, in fact, is just NCS music. Well, thing is, I can't do that on Twitch, at least not without parts of the stream getting muted. And it's not like it's a small portion of it. Like, legit, most of the stream gets muted. So, yeah. Don't use NCS music on Twitch because it will most likely get muted on there. And actually, a couple years back, I was running into a similar issue on here, where most of the tracks were getting copyright claimed. Like, legit, out of the odd 70 tracks I have, I could only use 2 of them without having to worry about them being copyright claimed. Now, I only have 3 tracks that get copyright claimed instead of nearly all of them. So something has changed within the past year or so that has made it so I can start using NCS music again. Yay. As it should be. It's literally no copyright sounds. Like, why is there an issue here? I can't use this. I can't use most of these tracks on Twitch, nor can I on Dailymotion either, actually. Did I change the seed on this? I think so. Oh, no, I didn't. Never mind. Oops. Anyway, yeah. So, there's one thing that I've learned, right? Just don't use NCS music on Twitch because it's most likely going to get muted. I mean, if you're just running it in the background, I guess that's fine, but if you're commentating it, well, yeah, you're gonna have some issues there. And when I was doing these streams on Twitch initially, I really did not commentate that much on them because, I mean, I wasn't really counting on anybody coming over. Just because, hey, some of these, most of these I didn't even announce on Discord just because I was specifically doing sound tests to see if the tracks would get copyright claimed on Twitch. And it just mutes that section. Although I will say it is really finicky how that system is handled compared to YouTube, where it's very cutthroat. It gets the exact timestamps that the track was playing. On Twitch, it's not that sophisticated, so it's going to get bits and pieces. You'll still hear a portion. You'll probably hear a portion of one of those tracks still in the stream, and it may end up also getting a portion of a non-copyrighted track, that kind of deal. Because the thing is, it only mutes. I noticed it would only mute the video in like minute increments at a time. And upon examining it further, I found out it was actually every 3 minutes when I looked into it further. So that was interesting to notice, and I was actually able to figure out kind of a loophole in the process that does allow me to play certain tracks on there, even though they are copyright protected. Like, I was still able to slip them through. So that's a bit of a funny thing to notice there. Oh, did I not update the counts? Oh no, I did. Okay. I think I'll just stop the stream after this round. I'll write the 2.5 hour mark. I'm frequently running into like the same track by this point. Again, this playlist has 3 hours of the tracks in them. It's mainly tracks that I can only use on YouTube. The rest of them that are in here, I actually haven't tested on Twitch yet, and I am about to. So they may or may not also be blacklisted on Twitch. We'll see. But yeah, I used to use Lo-Fi Girl as well, and a bunch of those tracks also got copyright claimed, both on YouTube and Twitch. Now, I get Lo-Fi Girl ones a bit more, just because they don't explicitly say that they're copyright free. But anyways, NCS is definitely the biggest shock, though. Like, again, it's in the name, no copyright sounds. Like, you would think these would be safe to use, but they're not. And apparently Twitch and Dailymotion did not get the memo that YouTube did. And yes, I do mention Dailymotion because, actually, yeah, I tried to upload clips of my Apocalypse strategy guides on Dailymotion. And I noticed after a few minutes that the videos would just randomly not show up on my my list anymore. I was like, what the heck is going on? Because in the past I've had issues with videos uploading where I would upload it, and then when I refresh the page, the video is just not there anymore. Like, even though it was just like a minute after I started the upload process and stuff. So I thought, okay, it might be just one of those issues again, right? But then, after a few times, I still was having issues and re-uploaded the other videos just in case, and even changed the music, and I noticed that suddenly I was getting a did I hope I didn't mess this up. I don't think that's right. Wait. Oh, never mind. Right. I already used a Hex and Bakugan ability earlier. I want to use the Bakugan in this last F-bed right here. So I need to use the black hole in these two bads. They're close enough that I can do it on both of them. But anyway, I re-uploaded the clips and noticed I was running into a different problem that I've never seen before, where it would then say your video was blacklisted. So that was really weird. And then at that point, I decided to check my email to see what was going on. And as it turned out, those videos that I uploaded earlier actually did get flagged for copyrighted content. Even though I used NCS, it still got flagged for copyright on there. So once I found that out, then I started testing the NCS track on Twitch. And that's when I realized just how bad the problem was. So, yep, that's where that whole saga went. So, fun. So I guess for Dailymotion stuff, not like anybody is going to use Dailymotion, let's be honest. Also, dailymotion.com/JessePatch if you want to follow me there. I have some Dailymotion exclusive videos, so please do follow me there. I have no intent on ever uploading those to YouTube. But anyways, yeah. I guess the lesson for that one is, like, if you really want to play things safe, like, avoid uploading, like, long-form videos in those cases, just because in those cases, it's just even more frustrating, because, like, and that's the other thing, too, with, like, whenever Dailymotion emails you, it just says your video got flagged for copyright. It doesn't tell you what the claim is. And it's not like YouTube where you have the option to mute that segment or replace the song. And same thing with like Twitch, right? On there, it automatically mutes that portion of the stream when it detects copyrighted content in there, copyrighted music. But yeah, with Dailymotion, you have no second chances. And God forbid that video gets taken down and you re-upload it with different music, it's just going to automatically get blacklisted because Dailymotion doesn't take kindly to re-uploads. So there you go. If you really want to be, if you really want to play it safe, just use like any other copyright-free artists that aren't NCS or yeah, just don't use NCS. And of course, I've tried Lo-Fi Girl tracks as well, and had the same issues there too. But again, in that case, it makes more sense. I was able to upload them earlier, so I thought, okay, I didn't think anything of it this time. But yeah, over the course of my Twitch streaming, I noticed more and more of the Lo-Fi Girl stuff get copyrighted too, because I used to use Lo-Fi Girl in my BTD6 Apocalypse streams too. So, I hate to kiss it goodbye, but, you know, I pretty much have my hands tied on it now. But at least I do have a backup option available for both Twitch and YouTube alike. And yeah, when it comes to Dailymotion, just stick with uploading shorter videos on there. So that way you can at least, like, you don't have to feel, like, really frustrated if your long-form video gets taken down because, like, one freaking track in there got flagged for copyright, and then I have to try re-uploading it later on, only for it to, like, get declined. I have to slightly alter the video so that I can re-upload it and get it through. So yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I've gotten it figured out by now. It just takes a bit of time to figure out all the bells and whistles. But yeah, I know that YouTube has the copyright system bad in its own right because third parties will abuse the copyright system here. Of course, the reason I switched to Twitch and Dailymotion is actually because of the AI age verification. I feel like I'm repeating myself now, but yeah, that AI age verification kind of scared me for a bit. I started watching COD Zombies for a bit just to at least make my channel more adult, or like at least my watch history more adult oriented, because, you know, monkey game must be a kid watching it or something. So annoying. And yeah, I would hate for my channel to get flagged as a minor, especially when I've had this channel for over a decade now. I've already said my age earlier, in a video not too long ago. I don't feel the need to rehash it here. But yeah. Obviously, you just don't want to use any copyrighted content in general. That's just a general rule of thumb, but there are just some other oddities. And again, like I said, with NCS being like that, at least YouTube got the memo, but evidently Twitch and Dailymotion did not. Now, when I was first starting off with this channel, the primary source of my music was Newgrounds. And to this day, it is still, I would say, I don't know if I'd say it's a majority of my the tracks I use anymore. Ah, damn it. That's what I was afraid of. That F-Bad's getting in the way. Bakugan's gonna target that over the normal bad. Don't want that. Okay, let me think this through. Let me hex the first bad then. Also, yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream after this round, because it's already running for 2.5 hours. I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah, for me, when it comes to music, Newgrounds has always been a solid choice for me. Granted, I've had a couple tracks that have gotten snuffed by third-party never-dwellers who want to just copyright claim parts of the song, which is most likely what's going to happen when songs do get copyright claimed. But you still do have to like make sure that if it does get copyrighted, like it is actually the artist that who produced the track and not some random third party, because I've had both happen. Obviously, the ones that do have the artists are legit ones, but if they're like a third party until they capture like part of it, that's definitely something that you want to still avoid. And yeah, I do remember NCS had this issue for a while, like I said earlier. Okay, so I know now not to target these two bads. I'm going to use the Bakugan on the last two bads, since they're both fortified. So Bakugan will target them. And I lost my train of thought. I don't remember if there was something else I wanted to say after the whole like thing with YouTube, Twitch, Dailymotion. I think that was really all I had to say for any streamers who want to join in, or maybe just people who want to upload videos on alternate video sharing platforms. Because I mean, let's be honest, right? YouTube, there's nothing that can compete with them realistically. Like there's like all the other alternatives are just they like YouTube dwarfs all of them. So it's no wonder why like people will try to like maybe they will try to do it for a bit, but then just go back to YouTube. And thinking of all those other I'm thinking of those channels who like post a goodbye YouTube, like I'm quitting YouTube channels, only to come back like 3 weeks later because I I guess they realize that there's no other viable source of income. Like I'm just gonna have to do it this way. Like I have to stay on YouTube, that kind of deal. Or they're just doing it to farm views because why the hell not? They're monetized and they can get away with clickbait like that. So either way, yeah, I can kind of see that, like going both ways. But I think more likely it's just they're just doing it to clickbait people. Cause that's just marketing 101. Like some sort of a sob story or whatever. Oh yeah, and don't get me started with like AI copyright claim BS. Because that's also a problem that's also an emerging problem on YouTube is like AI is actually doing like copyright claim BS. Like even with AI generated work, it's being copyright claimed. Like what the heck? Like this is against the SCOTUS. Like it's against like the SCOTUS said like AI work cannot be copyrighted, but on YouTube it's still getting copyright claimed. Like what the hell? Obviously, that's a bit of a random tangent, but still, it's like that's just another part of the lore with YouTube copyright system. It's just I know the system is broken on YouTube because it's just so easy to abuse it. And again, with Google being so neck deep into AI, you have weird stuff like that, like music in the public domain copyright claim. Like what? Why? Like it's in the public domain. That means it's not copyrightable. Yet it is getting copyrighted because some third party, or perhaps a third party might be using AI to copyright claim all that random stuff. But that stuff is generally not a problem, at least for me. But I've heard all the horror stories about the copyright system on YouTube. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a reason for me to leave YouTube because like my channel's not monetized, so this doesn't affect me at all. But I understand like YouTubers who are monetized, like bigger Bloons tubers who are monetized, and they have to like deal with this kind of stuff. Although they just use BTD6 music for the most part because, well, why not? Just the safest bet. It's not like I'm playing like Super Smash Bros or something where it's like, yeah, that music's probably copyright protected. Might as well just plaster your own music on top or some stuff like that. Like this is just an indie game company. Nothing to worry about here. I understand like why copyright exists and whatnot, but the ways that the system gets abused on YouTube is just petty. And you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff with Twitch. And probably not Dailymotion to my knowledge. I would say their system's primitive. But not like I know the complete ins and outs of it. Either way. For now, it's just testing the water. I'm just testing the waters and, well, just trying to figure out what kind of tracks I can get away with there. And yeah, evidently, when it comes to Dailymotion, they don't give you second chances. Like, they'll just, like, in a matter of minutes, the video will be taken down if it is flagged for copyright. They don't give you a chance to, like, they don't, like, private the video because, hey, it has copyright protected music. Like that would be nice at least. Like if it just like gave that little warning and just automatically privated the video just to like say, hey, resolve this. Like your video has been privated because it contains copyrighted music. Like that would be good. Instead of just like outright deleting the video and then making it really like low key annoying to modify it slightly and then re-upload it. So like that's the only real gripe I have with Dailymotion. Otherwise, it's not bad. And I feel like that the upload issues I had in the past were probably also like that, and I just didn't think about it at the time. But I'm sure it's happened at some. I'm sure I've probably had that happen legit before. I just don't know. Because this is not the first time I've actually run into this issue with the copyright claim stuff on Dailymotion. I had it with one other video, my BTD6 Apocalypse, where I did rounds 1 through 100, and I beat it with only $39,175 from rounds 1 through 100. That video was taken off after like several minutes on Dailymotion, and when I checked the video again afterwards, I noticed it was actually the NCS song that took it down and not the home track I had, which is pretty funny. But anyway, that is the end of this round, and that will also mark the end of the stream. Thank you all for being here tonight, or today, wherever your time zone is. And I hope to see you all soon on Twitch. Or maybe you'll see me here next time. Either way, take care everyone, and have a great day.